So welcome to our presentation. We will begin with an introduction of our site research and analysis. This park is located in Oak Ridge, Vancouver. It is a rather young neighborhood with several schools and a shopping mall. A Jewish community center and a church lie on West 41st Avenue, and the two parks are within 1 kilometer distance. These are some photos that we took during the visit. The site can be accessed from 4 directions, and it is surrounded by trees and detached houses. There's a big open lawn space occupied by a few old facilities. We recorded our experience on the site through the multi-sense matrix and sketched some diagrams to help us better observe the existing conditions. These perspective sketches describe our vision of the park, a space with the potential to do more. We then combined all the sketch diagrams into one cubic drawing, showing all the programs and the problems we saw in a context that is expected in the near future. We learned that the current site is exposed to the sun much of the time. We did some sun study for the future, and from these images, we can see that after the development, the site is expected to have more shade areas on the west side, and the high-rise can cast shadows that cover nearly half the site during a certain period. We did other research on demographics, site conditions, biodiversity, and climate. Here's our summary. Oak Ridge is home to a large number of immigrants, especially Chinese and other Asian people. The site is very open and exposed and doesn't have many users. Thirdly, Oak Ridge is on the migrating route of many birds. Last but not least, Vancouver is expected to have more extreme weather conditions.
Based on these findings, we decided to focus on the following issues: dealing with stormwater management and creating a park that is resilient to climate change, defining spaces and enhancing the user experience, improving community engagement, creating a sense of belongingness, and increasing biodiversity. We began this systematic design process by asking what inclusivity means. From our perspective, we interpret the idea of inclusivity as a mixture of diverse matter. We were inspired by the idea that the different rivers go into the ocean despite their different origins. The immigration of people from the other countries to Canada is just like a movement of water, and they bring their cultures, and as a result, create diversity. Inspired by the idea of river joining into the ocean, we developed to create a park where one can enjoy how the quality of water is experienced in different cultures. In addition, this park is not only for humans, but also an opportunity to increase biodiversity. We looked into what the qualities of water can be and how they are used in different locations. As a result, we have these proposed programs that can be applied into our design. Some water feature where people can appreciate the sound and view of water, a meditation area surrounded by water where one can do stone stacking, a large play area for kids and anyone who loves water interaction, a reflective pool that changes the reflection according to the surroundings, and a place where people can set off a water lantern as a way to celebrate. These are some ideas we tried, and we were planning with different patterns and the flow of water. Some of these iterations have become the foundation of our designs. Here are some of our sketches. The idea is to create a multi-sensorial experience of water as one walks through the park. Based on these iterations, we came up with 2 initial concept plans. The left one takes the delta shape as a main design inspiration. Combined with our design concept, different paths meter, twist, and form a delta in a central area, and finally merge into water programs. The second concept is more geometric and zigzag, which gives the site an urban look. The zigzag divides the site into a more urban zone on the top left for seating and gathering, and a zone on the other side that has more natural plant settings. In the design development process, we decided to move forward with the first concept, but we also took some ideas from the second one. These images show the process of how we developed the topography and the final plan. We exaggerated the delta and river form and moved the small hill around to test where they can provide a better experience without being away from the water programs.
So here's our final plan. We will talk about the overall layout and then take you on a trip through the park to see more details. So we have our main entrance plaza on the northwest corner near the SkyTrain. The pass system forms the delta shape and the water programs can be experienced through this path. We also added a horizontal access that allows people to quickly travel through the park between Alberta Street to Columbia Street. Two side retaining walls on the east side add some visual variety. Lastly, in the north of the park beside Columbia Street, there's a small playground where kids can play under the cherry trees. We designed a river that connects all the programs, and the river will use storm water collected from nearby building rooftops and then go into the pond. The two rain gardens near the pond will collect some water during heavy rains, and the overflow will be guided to the pond and recycled for the river. Now let's take a walk. So we're now standing at the entrance plaza. The water play fountain will wake your senses, and some shaded seats are provided for you to wait for your friends to join us. On the two sides, the new leaves of the ginkgo trees just start to grow and turn the forest green. Let's take the middle path and check what those people are doing up ahead. Our first stop is the festival dock, where people can place water lanterns during special events. While we're on the wooden deck, the meadow is on our back and the willow is turning bright green. The grass is growing over a part of the slab paving. Not far from us is the pollinator garden. You can see the azalea flowers blooming. Across the river, the cherry tree is turning pink, and we can hear the birds from here. Place your lantern and we can take the boardwalk along the river to follow it and see where it's going. Now we've passed the meadow hill and the willow tree and reached the pavilion. From here, we can see the meditation garden and the mirror pool. This is an area surrounded by a raised reflective pool. There's a bamboo forest where people are coming through from a street corner. The water in the dark granite pool will mirror the sky and nearby objects and change accordingly throughout the day. Bamboo finishes covers the vertical wall, and the wooden deck offers you a place to sit and look beyond the water lily pond. In front of you, the boy has put up a pile of stone stack. The newly manicured pine tree is reflected in the water.
Now, let's follow the stepping stone path and check the other side of the meadow hill. If we come on a summer day, we will see people gathering at this area, and on the other side, some parents can sit on the wood bench and watch their kids playing in the water. Imagine on a hot summer, in this this is a place where you can enjoy the fun of floating on a raft in a deep water zone, or simply play and interact with the water jets in a shallow area. Up ahead is the glass passage. The brushed aluminum arch structures are dropping water sheets on top of the glass, and some kids are having fun going through the passage and watch the water running above their head. On the lower end of the celebration fountain, the water from the runnels and the pool are joining and running down to the rock weir, and finally fall into the water lily pond. The river splits on the higher side and provides water for this celebration fountain. Two water runnels surround the slab paving area, and some people are cooling their feet in the water. We hope you enjoy this experience. Here's a section that shows the overall topography that connects the water program together. To conclude, water is what we use to connect space and people together and to create an inclusive park for the community. Finally, let's go back to a render plan in an autumn situation to feel the atmosphere of the overall space. Thank you.
Thank you.